Hello everybody. So today I'm going to bring you along for something that I've actually been very hesitant about, but this will be my third time going through it. So today we are going to can Great Northern white beans, and we will be pressure canning them, and I'm bringing you along to show you how I do it. Let's go. So I've pre-soaked these beans overnight. I'm going to take them over and I'm going to drain them off, and then I'll bring them back and we will cook them. So the book I'm using today is the USDA's Complete Guide to Home Canning. It's put out by the United States Department of Agriculture. This is what most of us would consider the Bible of canning. Okay, in this recipe I'm going to section 4, page 5, and specifically down here, beans, chickpeas, shelled and dried. So that's the recipe I'm following. And I'm going to be doing pints. And it says it on average for pints, it takes about 3¼ pounds per canner load of 9 pints. And then go ahead and soak, which I've already done that. And now I'm going to do the boiling with fresh water, which I have in there, for 30 minutes. So when that's done, we'll come back and we'll go through the next step that I go through. On a side note, I've already washed, rinsed, cleaned, dried my jars. My rings have all been cleaned. My lids have all been cleaned. And then now what I'm doing is I'm bringing up the jars to, I think it's 150 degrees is what my water gets hot to. And it's straight hot water. Keeps them hot while I'm getting ready to do the processing. So these will stay in here, and I will, just before I start canning, I will go ahead and drain the water out, refill it again, just to keep my jars hot, or at least hotter than just leaving them out. So this is what I do. So as you can see, while this is coming up to temperature, I've gotten all my equipment out. My jars, or my lids and rings, are all together. I've got my towel to wipe the rims, ladle, towel to put that on for the jars, my debubbler and measure, my funnel, cup to hold it in. Oh, and then this is my vinegar for my rims. And we're just waiting. So when it's done, we'll come back. My process time will be 75 minutes at 11 pounds pressure, because I'm between 0 and 2,000 feet altitude. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on to 5. And fill up with the hot liquid with 1-inch headspace. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go through and debubble these. Making sure I got enough liquid, that 1-inch headspace. One thing I didn't do, which the recipe called for, was salt, and that's for seasoning. But I think I'm gonna leave it because it's not required. It's for seasoning, and add as I make whatever product it is I'm gonna make. Okay. Good. Okay, so I'm going to finish these. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and do this real quick. So I just take my vinegar and napkin and make sure each one of these is cleaned off. I never reuse a napkin for the same spot. Now this part's not been used, so I will use this. And that's just me making sure I don't have anything on it. I also make sure that it's clean when I have a product like jam or jelly where you can really see the residue it leaves on the napkin. Okay, and then these go on, fingertip tight. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and load these, finish the other ones, and we'll come back when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, so I've got them all loaded. I did put my 3 quarts of water in. It's been on 5 warming up. I did check the hole, clear, working, and the gasket is in place where it needs to be. So I'm gonna line this up, turn it, and we'll be back when I got a steady stream of steam. So the air vent and secure tab popped up, so I'm just waiting for the steady stream of steam, and then we'll let it go for 10 minutes and I will then put on the weight. Okay, so I've reached a steady stream. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It took me forever, but I finally seen it and I got it. So I'm doing the 10 minutes. Once that's done, we'll come back and we'll put the weight on. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna put my gauge on, and then I will leave my temperature where it's at, which is roughly a 5 on my stove. And then once it gets to 5 psi, I will drop that down to a 2. So I'll be back when it gets up to 5 psi. Okay, mine's already jumped up to 5, so I'm going to turn it down to 2. And then when I get to about 8 or 9, I'll be back because I'll probably turn it down one more time. Okay, so now I'm up to 8, so I'm going to turn mine down to low. And that should be the last adjustment I do. but we'll see. It just depends on how it goes. So I'll be back and let you know when I get to 11. All right, this reached my desired 11 psi. So I'm going to set my timer to 75 minutes. And we'll see you when it gets done. Okay, timers went off. So I'm going to turn timer off, turn the heat off, and just let it go till the gauge is down and this is dropped. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, so the gauge is down to 0. The air lock is dropped. So I'm going to remove this. And I will let it sit there for 10 more minutes. And then we'll come back and take the lid off. All right, so now we're going to release. Turn it slow. And then always lift away from your face. Okay, but I'm going to let that sit there. I'll come back in 5 more minutes. All right, so we're going to take this off. Now we're going to look at them. Ooh. Nice. All right, there you go. So those will sit for 12 to 24 hours. And of course, I'll clean them off and get them all taken care of and get them put away. But there you go. Let me turn the light on. All right. All right. Talk to you later. Come back for the next one. Hello. We thank you for stopping by Kettle Kitchen. If you like what you see, remember to hit the thumbs up and don't forget to share. If you like the content, go ahead and go subscribe. Check the all reminder bell so you can be notified when a new video comes out. Here's a video I think you might like. Thank you again and have a great day.